Oh, cool.
You already know what it is. It's Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. You already know we're going to be live on Instagram. We might be on a couple other platforms too. So whatever your social media platform of choice is, get versatile. We might be there too. So 8 o'clock tonight, we'll be on with Famous Angels. So make sure y'all tap in.
What's up, y'all? I know that as we're starting this live, it's been a minute and y'all just been looking at me, staring at the screen. But it's because I'm testing or I'm seeing how this stream is going over to IG using Instagram Live Producer. If y'all don't know what that is, stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. This is what we do. We have to experiment. We have to be able to try things out, see how things work. Baron's off to the side. You know, it's not that I'm here by myself. Baron's off to the side. He is recording his story video, letting everybody know that we're starting at 8 p.m. on the dot. We're here a little early again just to test out some things, but it looks like everything could be smooth sailing. Like we're gonna have too many issues, I want to say. So B, what's up? Welcome back. I know it's been about 2 minutes. People on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook page, like they're all probably like, what's going on if they're seeing us on those platforms. But the way that it looks on IGB, you'll see it in just a second. It's not too bad. We're side by side, so like we're next to each other this way.
It's not top and bottom.
Yeah, not top and bottom. Which I mean, whatever. For today's live, let's see how this goes. Because really, what I want to see is Instagram's live producer option to be able to see it all from the computer and restream it from another streaming software.
Okay.
So some people that are watching us on the YouTube and LinkedIn and all that stuff already know that we're using Instagram Live Producer today to get this stuff from a streaming platform like StreamYard into Instagram, and we're seeing how it handles itself there. But I wonder how it's gonna work if you want to jump onto live. How do I accept it? Do I see a control panel?
Oh, you want me to do it right now?
No, hold up. I know you got the secondary phone, but I haven't even gone live on IG yet. We're just live right now. Yeah.
On the other platforms.
Yeah, I have the IG Instagram Live Producer on my computer, and I can see it like as a preview. And it's letting me say, okay, like, are you ready to go live? You can go live. But we're not live yet on Instagram. So those people that are watching us on YouTube, the first and foremost, anyone that's following me on my YouTube account, I'm sorry. Welcome back. I've been out for a bit.
One of those people probably been in the corner shivering with cobwebs on them.
Like, what's happening? He's gone. And then LinkedIn is probably like, whoa, what's happening today? Like, he's on a live. Like, I don't know. I've never seen a LinkedIn live, so I don't know what that looks like or what that experience is like. I might just go over to my phone and just see how that looks like. But yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting conversation today. We're talking about PR, branding, personal branding specifically. And then we're going to segue in there with some of our special guests that have joined. And we'll see how it works. Today, this is a real live scenario, y'all. Like, it's not like we've mastered this, what we're doing today. We're literally testing it on y'all. See what y'all think. See if more of you guys and gals out there can see us and enjoy the content that we
make. Excuse me. I've been heavy on my LinkedIn lately, so I'm interested to see the LinkedIn audience.
Hey, take one of your 5 phones and go on LinkedIn and just see how this looks.
Let me see.
Brand has multiple phones, but he has it for a reason. I used to give him flack for it, but it makes sense. And now I have two phones. Though
Oh yeah, it's all right though. I can see it.
it looks good. It's cool. Oh wow, look at that. That's dope. I like it. Looks nice. I don't know if people are used to that or what that's gonna do, but hopefully it doesn't break LinkedIn. We'll see how it goes. So just so that we don't keep anybody waiting, we got a couple minutes, so let's tell everybody that's seeing us brand new what these types of things are like. Oh wow, I get to see that you're also streaming to your LinkedIn and your YouTube on this platform. That's cool. But yeah, for anybody that's watching us on these platforms, my name is Angel Martinez, aka Famous Angel, because if you Google Angel Martinez, there are a lot of us. So you're gonna have to type in Famous Angel if you want to find me. That is thanks to Bear McQueen. I subscribe to Bear McQueen University, PR branding crash course, whatever you want to call it. But he got me from behind the camera to in front of the camera, and I mean, my life has headed in a direction where I feel like it's changing. So a lot of really cool stuff has happened, and I encourage anyone that's behind the camera looking at this to get in front. Like this is if we could do that, the bare minimum to get you in front of the camera by tomorrow or even tonight, I think we achieve our goal, right? B? I feel like that's something we achieve.
I will want to see like if you can scroll through your DMs, right? And see what your DMs look like a year ago versus what your DMs look like now that you put yourself in front of the camera. What does that look like? Was the DM empty? Was the DM bots before trying to sell you crypto?
You know, that is such a good question. I'm gonna write it down. What your DMs look like before heading down the personal branding route, and what do they look like now? That's a very good question because there are some pros and cons. You know, there's some pros and cons to this thing, so you got to be ready for it. I'm gonna turn something off because there's this one thing that was causing a little haze, and I didn't like it. Um, StreamYard has this new software that also does facial recognition processing. So for you, I know you put Eucerin on your face to help with your ashy face.
Yeah, I got flare ups.
As y'all can see, he just literally finished putting on his lotion. But this StreamYard has a filter approach. So I don't know if you noticed, we both had filters. I just turned it off because I was like, this doesn't look right. Like it was cool.
There was a filter on us,
Yeah, had a filter on our face.
like a
Make
beauty
her,
filter.
yeah, like a beauty filter. Make us look real smooth skin.
Fine as I am, you put a beauty filter on me.
Baron, tell the people a little bit about what you do, who you are, because maybe they don't know. This is the first
Maybe
time.
they don't know, and that's why I'm working on my personal brand, so they do know. My name is Baron McQueen, personal branding expert. I can call myself an expert because I've done the work. Um, but the reason I'm so passionate about personal branding is because once I started taking it serious, it's changed my life for the better. I would say. Of course, there's always cons, but getting in front of this camera changed a lot for me. Um, Especially from somebody who had to rebrand from somebody else before. Like this guy that you see today didn't exist. Um, and I do multiple things. You could probably see this is a company I own, Real Estate Captured, and that's my real estate photography company. I don't tell everybody I do it, but you might catch me in your local neighborhood flicking it up. But that's just one of the many things. But if I have to pick one, I'm an advocate for the personal brand.
I love it. I love it. What other things do you have that like besides you have your company that you just talked about, but you also have some other side projects that you do to work through the brand, content creation and stuff like that. So tell them a little
Um,
2 minutes.
I mean, We got Save the Creatives as the nonprofit foundation, and that's all for the creatives. Whether you're a photographer, we starting with photography, but creatives is everything, right? So you could be a musician, you could be a painter, you could be a sculptor, you could be a skateboarder, anybody, whatever you do in the creative space. You know, if you paint safety pins and turn them different colors, you're welcome at Save the Creatives, right? So that's something new. Well, it's not new. We actually already hit a year anniversary of really doing that. Next month will be an official year on paper of Save the Creatives. And that's just my give back to the creative community. Um, the brand castle is now closed. So I'm not doing nobody's SEO and nobody's marketing. I'm
Official.
really no, we're officially closed. Like all my marketing stuff is going to Fifth and Core. Shout out Robin Diamond. Um, I will send all my marketing clients there because I'm really trying to lock in. Like I was somebody who had a bunch of stuff going on at once, and I was doing that because I was like, man, what's going to happen when all of these start hitting at the same time, right? This one's doing 20K a month. This one's doing 20K a month. And now I'm having 100, 200K months. That was the goal. What I learned was I was spreading myself so thin and without a team, I couldn't get one of them to be the first one to hit the 21st. So it's just like, nah, I got to really step back and I got to put some stuff on hold right now until I get one doing what it's supposed to do. And then I'll have some capital and some time to invest in the other ones to really, because everything I'm doing is organic for everything, right? So we know the organic approach takes longer. But imagine one of them is doing really good and I could take that money and boost the other ones and give them a little, a little sonic charge. Then we can go back to that. All right, we playing in all these different lanes. So for right now, everything is about real estate capture. Everything is about big reach PR. That's it. Nothing else matters. Of course, Save the Creative matters, but that's not how we make money. That's how we help.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's so much to unpack in just what you said, but the fact that you focus on, those things that you're strong at and invested in there is really what's helping drive all the other stuff, I feel. But before you jump in, because I know I have a tendency to kind of segue you into something, it's 8 o'clock, so let's see. Let's drum roll as we roll IG Live. Oh no, that's oh boy, this is gonna be lit. B, I don't know if you see the control panel, but we got our friend inside of the waiting room. But let me let him in because
The control panel.
you don't see the control panel, but I see it. We got some friends there. All right, y'all. Y'all are seeing us on IG now. We have been transmitting for the last 10 or so minutes. If you want to see what treat we have for y'all today, we are transmitting right now on my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Baron's LinkedIn, Baron's YouTube, all through StreamYard. This episode is not sponsored by StreamYard, but if y'all are watching,
StreamYard, cut the check.
cut the check, baby. But today's episode is all about personal brands, what you do in order to promote the things that you are passionate about. And we just so happen to have so many amazing people around us, Pete. And I feel like these people are so talented and they're working. They're really putting in those hours, man. I see them. I see them putting in those hours. But
Can I ask you a real quick question though?
Yeah.
Should I be on Instagram too right now?
We are all on Instagram right now.
Oh.
If you want to put your phone just so you can see it, that's cool. But make sure, I don't know, reverb. I'm not a sound guy. I just work here. So I see people coming in on the chat through Instagram Live Producer, by the way, y'all. If y'all want to know how we're doing this, it's through Instagram Live Producer. Once we get to the halfway mark of our show, we'll go ahead and make sure to let you know some beats and how we got this to work. Because it was not easy. It was a lot of hard work. I see my friends getting set up. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it, bro. I know y'all are getting ready. I see y'all. I'm gonna put you on. There we go. That's Tetris. Tetris, man. Tetris is, I can't even put words to this. B, you know Tetris?
I do know Tetris.
You know Tetris? Yeah, yeah.
Can you,
Say
yeah,
something, Tetris.
you can see?
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you. You're there. You're there. This is awesome. Ledoux, I don't see your camera, so we got Ledoux coming as well. Uh-oh. There we go. I got you. You're there. Okay, here comes Ledoux. Ledoux, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna drop you in.
So I'm seeing in the comments, it says, "Hey son, your mother is watching."
I don't know who that is. But, yo, what's up, people? Can y'all hear me?
That
Let me do your mic. Hit your mic. Ledoux. I can't hear you. There you go. What's up? Say something.
What up? What up? What up? Good evening, everybody.
The gang. I am so happy that y'all had the time to come in. I know y'all are busy. There's a lot that you're doing right now, but I wanted to give you the first rollout. People will be able to see this on the rewatch. But could you guys just introduce yourselves real quick? Like, I'm such a fan that I can't even find the words to be able to like say about y'all. But Tetris, go ahead and start. You got the floor, and then we'll rock it over to Ledoux. What's up, man?
All right, cool. Yo, check. Peace, blessings, audience. Well, I am King Tetris with my brethren. We are MC's little duo here from South Florida. I'm trying to bring bars back, new perspectives to how we look at the city. Especially with this other good-looking guy, Mr. Ledoux here. Yo.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tetris. Trying to bring the lyrics back. I met Tetris in a freestyle circle, y'all. If y'all don't know Cypher in the Circle, go check out that IG. It's still out there, so that's the beauty about living in this era. We make something, and it's just like sitting in history. Like, people could go back and watch it. It's like a whole ball game. I'm so glad we didn't have cameras when I was growing up. But Ledoux, go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
I don't have any cool sayings like Tetris, but I'll steal his for the moment. Check. Peace and blessings. This is Ledoux. I'm an artist, singer, songwriter from South Florida as well. Yeah, I'm not bringing rhymes. I'm not doing that. I'm not spitting on boom bap beats. I'm not that cool. But I am here to instill love in a broken and lost world, so to speak.
Love it. I love it. We have the feel and we got the boom bap, right?
The boom bat feels.
The boom bap feels, right? Yo, so these gentlemen, well, Tetris, you have a show tomorrow that you're
Yes.
gonna be on.
So,
Tell the people a little bit.
yes. So, all of us. So, Ledoux, we will be celebrating the drop with the good people of our sound.
Yeah, I don't know. Your audio's I don't know if the phone is on the mic. Or your audio's cutting in and out, brother.
Try again.
What about?
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Try again. Do your
All
thing.
right. Not that I've been practicing these drops. I hope like y'all don't because do this all day, every day. These drops. So, King do I have celebrate the
I can't hear him.
Yeah.
He's
You might
probably,
if you have your phone sitting on the counter, it's definitely covering the mic. That might have to be the play.
Yeah, you can do that. That's good.
What?
I hear you. Are you on Wi-Fi? You got Wi-Fi on?
Yeah, of course. This is
Okay, good. Just check it. Hey.
Of course, the Wi-Fi is on, Angel.
Just check it, man.
Yeah.
Keep listening. It's okay. I know you have been practicing these drops. It's so good. But
So
let's see if we get it.
three of us, we're celebrating. Actually, we just had a drop, or I just dropped the second album on Tuesday. It's called Peace and Blessings. Actually, thank you, man. Thank you. It actually just debuted number 2 on the iTunes hip hop chart.
Number 2, yo, talk your. Oh, mom's on the live. Talk your stuff. I will do my best to not cuss. Talk your stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we came out the gates number 2 on the iTunes chart, which we're still charting. So we're actually going to be celebrating the big win. Ledou's actually on one of the bigger tracks on the album. With the good people at So Far Sounds, we are partnering for my release party. It'll go live tomorrow at 7 p.m. from the Westin Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. And we're just super excited to celebrate not only the album, but my birthday was on Tuesday. So it's just kind of an all-encompassing good time. You know what I mean? So we're actually practicing right now to make sure we don't suck tomorrow. That's like important that we don't suck in front of people. But yeah, so tomorrow, 7 p.m., Westin Hotel, So Far Sounds, King Tetris,
Iconic.
Ledou, check.
I love it. Check.
Oh, where'd the confetti come from? Who did that? I didn't do that.
Bro, why do you do that with the iPhone 15?
I don't have that much. I don't have that much
this,
money. I don't have the new stuff. Stop it.
You upgraded. You did the upgrade. Yo, Tetris, man, like, I really appreciate you joining. I know y'all are busy doing your thing, but anybody watching on IG, watching on the YouTube platform, the tickets are still on sale. Support local artists. This is what it's about. Like, we really want to bring back quality music and be, we talk about this all the time, man. Like, there's sometimes there's artists out there that we just do that. We just shake our heads and we're like, what's happening, right? But like, when I was born in the 80s, and I appreciate a little breakdancing and the little ciphers. I'm telling you, when I met Tetris, I got reinvigorated in this whole world. Like, he just gives you an experience, man. I don't know if you've had a chance to see him perform, but I am so pumped about going to see him tomorrow.
Well, I appreciate it. I think the fun thing about what you said is that it's an experience, right? And I think I think historically I've fallen in love with boom bap or like the classic golden era of music. But once you dive into the project, it's not really a boom bap album, right? It's not really, I didn't conform. I didn't say I want to make a trap beat. I know somebody, Ledou, you said your mom was watching?
No, I thought someone's mom is watching. So
My mom is watching.
Might be watching.
All right, yeah. So B's mom's.
She's watching from YouTube, though. I'm looking at the comments in this.
Okay.
So
lie and say that I did things that I didn't, or I had experiences that I didn't. I'm just really enjoying like music at this point. I think like we made an album based off of music. Of course, boom bap's always going to be a part of my heart. I think my heartbeat literally screams DJ Premier. So, but at my core, I think we created a project that like is going to be digestible, and now it's accessible to the world. So, I think when we look at South Florida hip hop, there's so many great artists and so many people making a way, right? And I'm just happy to be a part of that list now, right? Like I look up to people, Ledou and I talk often, and whether it be helping me not jump off the ledge or just kind of getting advice from the right people, right? And I'm here with my DJ Iconic, here with my manager Manny, and I think like I hope if you listen to this music, you'll get the take that I love doing it, and I'm just enjoying the process. That's why it's called Peace and Blessings. So if y'all are free, said support local acts, but I don't know. We went number 2. I don't know if I could be that humble about it, but you know what I mean? I don't know.
Hey, you can't. And if I can hop in here, what I admire about Tetris is his work ethic, and even earlier, maybe it was late last week or earlier. It might have been late last week, where he was already telling me some of the pre-order numbers and things that he was seeing, from the data, right, off the back end. And I think now it took for him to get to this week and a few other people to tell him. But I told him, I said, yo, enjoy this moment, dude. I understand that, and I don't disagree that, yes, there is more work to be done. That doesn't stop. But what also the great artists that we aspire to, what that we look up to, that have come before us, what they've also done has basked in the moment. They've enjoyed the moment, dude, and that is because of all the work that got them to that moment. So I really encouraged him, that this moment is not normal for a lot of people. There's a lot of talented people that, think about our existence in the world and think about time. Like, we are just a blip in infinite time, right? So there are so many talented people, whether they be singers, MCs, painters, whatever, that don't get this opportunity to put their stuff out publicly for whatever reason or another. So I've really tried to encourage him to enjoy this moment, but talk your shit. Like, dude, yesterday morning, today's Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday morning, I think we had Tetris, myself, Iconic, Manny. We spent most of Monday night together, and then when I got home after midnight last night, the album's out, and I'm looking, and I send Tetris a screenshot, and his album's literally in between two of the greatest, despite your personal taste, two of the greatest to do it. One being Drake, then there's Tetris, and number three being Lil Wayne. I don't know many people that can say that, So I think it's important that that he and his team enjoys this moment, because again, this is I don't want to say that it's not normal as an insult, but just think about our time on this earth. People don't even make it to the ages that we're all at. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is not normal,
Yeah,
No, it's normal, bro. I love your input, Ledoux, but I feel like this is a great segue and transition to you. But the way that I kind of want to connect the dots is the fact that, like Tetris, you mentioned, it's an experience. You both have that passion about providing an experience to the audience that's watching it. Ledoux, I got to give you flowers because you're giving away a lot of flowers. You need some back. You do.
well, I'm not trying to sell get rich quick schemes here online and multiple streams of income. That's not my avenue of business.
It's not your forte right there.
Nah.
Quickly, just had to jump in. I didn't mean to
Oh,
stop. But we are gonna have to jump off and get back to the grind. But last shameless plug, come out, buy a ticket, check the website, buy merch, kingtetris.com, and come out.
You're gonna have merch at the show too.
Yes, we're gonna have merch at the show too.
Okay.
Come check it out, kingtetris.com. Welcome to Peace and Blessings. And Angel and Squad, I appreciate you for having me. We'll see you tomorrow, right? You're coming out?
Yeah. No, I'm coming. I'll be there.
I might come tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know.
You be quiet.
Iconic's gonna have to sing my part, yo. So warm up, Iconic.
Well, peace, blessings, all the above.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon, all right?
For sure.
Peace, brother.
All right. So it's just
me on an island.
But I want to make sure you get your flowers. So you just did what was it, Vivo Latino? It was the Latin week.
Yes, Latin Billboard. Yes, sir.
For remind me the show that you just did. It was what's the name?
It was called Ritmos de Miami for Song Trust. It was a Song Trust event sponsored. I think some of the sponsors were A2S Studios, CD Baby, Beat Club. I feel like I'm missing one more sponsor, but I think those are majority of the sponsors for the event that we were at on, what was that, Thursday night, right?
Yeah. And the point I'm trying to make there is the fact that you were in an all Latin crowd.
And
what would you describe your music? Would you describe your music to be Latin?
Super American pop, yo. American pop, depending on the song, could be indie pop, could be pop soul, alternative pop. It kind of bends between those genres, but definitely not Latin music whatsoever at all.
B, how did you feel watching Ledoux play at an all Spanish crowd? How was your experience?
To be honest, man, I just kind of let my hair down that night, right? So
Bro, I've never seen this guy so relaxed in my life.
I've been under a lot of pressure lately in business, so I was just relaxed. But the thing I was more excited about is I've never seen Ledoux perform solo, if that
Um,
makes sense. So this was my first experience. Every show I've been to, he's had a band, he's had a guitar player, a keyboard player, he's had some assistance. Not that he needed it. So for me, it was good to see him just as Ledoux, still control the crowd, still put on a great show.
Yeah.
So I was more happy about that because that means we can do more stuff.
They try to exploit me, y'all. If you're watching this, I'm blinking twice because I need help.
it's okay. It'll be available in the replay. Okay, you can see it in the replay. Ledoux, right now we're literally streaming on every platform possible. So whether people are on our ID or not, I mean, y'all can share it. If y'all are watching on ID, share it across because really it's only on my IG. Baron's over here on the
So
StreamYard
so 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 no one could see my SOS call. Me blinking twice
no
like
one's
I need
seeing it
help.
unless they're on YouTube and LinkedIn. So there
I'm
are
on, I'm on Instagram. I just can't join it. I can see it though, and I'm in the comments.
yeah, and I can't even add anyone like from the Instagram
No,
live producer. I
no.
can't add anyone. So this is an all streaming type of solution for people that want to stream not only to YouTube and multiple platforms for StreamYard, but you could also use a feature inside of StreamYard to stream to Instagram from the computer. So you can actually log into Instagram.com from the computer and be able to set up a live and do it like this, where you have multiple people on it. But today's live is all about personal branding, and there's a reason to the madness, right? So I brought two different artists from two different genres. You both value giving people an experience. You both value the music that you make, and you put a lot of effort, sweat, and tears into it. So it's like when it comes down to that, like you've been on a new journey for your branding, Mizzou, and I feel like you are a perfect example of being from behind the camera to getting in front of the camera now. Not to say that you weren't in front of the camera before, but I feel like the frequency became a lot more now, right? The increased a lot more.
That's fair.
Uh, so Baron asked me an awesome question while we were on YouTube, and I want to share it with our Instagram community. How have your DMs changed for this since you've now posted every day at 12? You've now shared some of the journey that you've been on. People are now starting to see you a little bit more. Are you noticing a change in the way people are DMing you, or maybe access to things? I'll let you kind of process that. But how has that changed?
If I may ask an example question to understand how I can answer that, because I based on your response, B, I might have an answer for that. When that question came from somewhere, because apparently you experienced once you started changing your branding, you started the frequency in what you were posting and how you were posting, when you were posting, and especially what you were posting. If you could give me an example for you, both of y'all actually, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Mr. Host. You ain't escaping this. Um, what what did it look like for y'all when y'all went from just like, yo, I know I could do this, I'm casually doing this, to I'm being intentional with the frequency, with what I'm posting, how I'm posting, etc. So if you, both of y'all could give me examples, and then I'd be more than happy to answer that.
Can I,
Baron,
can I preface this real quick?
go ahead, Baron.
It's too early to ask Marcel this question.
And hold on, before you even get to that second part of that, this is what I was gonna say, but please go, please.
The reason I said it's too early to ask Marcel because the question I asked Angel off camera was, if you look at your DMs a year from today,
Okay.
right? He hasn't even really been on his personal branding journey a complete year yet.
Nope.
But,
6 months.
but just in those 6 months, I'm like, what did your DMs look like a year ago versus what does your DMs look like now, right? From a personal standpoint, it took me 5 years for my DMs to get how they look now. Because I did the long, slow route that is just like, yo, everybody knew B to the dot. Nobody knew Baron McQueen, right? So this was a
Right.
complete rebrand that I had to even attract the right people I wanted to receive now because I was removing myself from the entertainment industry. So for me, now, bro, I can get invited to any event. I got beauty products being shipped to me. I'm like a whole influencer out here right now, right? And it's just the only thing I can credit it to is me focusing on growing the personal brand. That's all I'm still not as consistent as I can be, but
Right.
I'm doing a good balance of being offline and online at the same time. So even when I'm out and about and I'm networking in person, those people were talking about it back online. So it's still keeping the conversation going that it's like, oh, this guy's always everywhere. He's never not doing something. And it's just like, nah, I just do a lot. But now it's to a point where other people posting it for me and I don't have to post as much.
Yeah.
And that's only been 5 years of you doing this, right?
5 years of trial and error.
5 years trial and error. What it looked like for you is maybe a little different for everybody, but you would say that you had to do a lot of networking events and then also maybe creating content to be able to post online. Like,
Well, I had to do the work behind the scenes, right? Like I had to go through the starting the Instagram from scratch, starting the Facebook from scratch, finding out where do I fit with this new journey that I'm on because I don't even know what I want to be yet. I just want to know that I'm going to be Baron McQueen. I was still producing music at the time, even though I was Baron McQueen, and I was still trying to put music out away from the B to the dot name and still do Baron McQueen. And then when I started really diving into like the marketing space and just understanding marketing, like, yo, I can use this no matter what business, what avenue I need marketing. There's no way to get around it, whether I do music, whether I do
And
my
even if you mask marketing in
yeah,
a digestible way, like if you're a regular consumer, you don't even know that you're being sold something. And you're like,
100%.
oh shit, that's marketing, and a lot of people
100%.
don't
My
realize that.
wife gets fooled by marketing every time we go to Burlington Coat Factory, and you got to walk through that little line with all the snacks and cookies before you get to the register. Oh, they get my
That's
wife
intentional. That's intentional. That's
every
intentional.
time.
Yo, I think some people might be too cool to admit it, but we all get fooled by fucking marketing. All of us, yo,
Yeah.
all of us get fooled by. And again, it's not in your face like you need to buy this, but it's a little bit of just like what you said. It's just like, you know what? I've been craving some goddamn Skittles.
Yeah.
Fuck, I could fuck up some Skittles right now. Like as you're walking out of whatever the thing is.
California, by the way.
Yeah.
Like they're about to
I just bought some this week. Haven't
There you
had
go.
Skittles in years.
There you go. I'm telling
Years.
you.
All right, so I'll answer your question, Lulu. So Baron's been doing it 5 years. I've been doing it 6 months. For me, it happened. I saw the result immediately within 30 days. And what happened for me is that for 15 years, I have been posting the photography I take, the portraits I take,
Mhm.
the videos that I create, whether they were music
Right.
videos or anything like that. And people knew of me, like I was at different kind of places. But to Baron's point, they didn't know what I specialized in, or they didn't know what I was super passionate about. They knew I
Right.
liked photography, they knew I liked videography, but since I also solve a lot of problems, I also start businesses, I also do like all this other things that we try to do. People just didn't understand my message. They
Right.
didn't understand, and they didn't understand it until I started to step in front of the camera and say it in my own words. So what ended up happening is within 30 days, I started getting people DMing me saying, yo, that's amazing that you're doing. You're inspiring me. So there was the connection with someone. That's the first category I want to say. Where people see you, they see that you're doing something that's a little bit uncomfortable, harder to do, in their eyes, and they're like, "Oh my God, I wish I could do that. Thank you so much for inspiring me to want to do that." Right? And Baron has this thing where if you meet Baron and you're afraid to post, he's gonna make you pull out a camera
Oh, of course.
from that moment on, right? Because the idea is that you just gotta just go forward.
Just do it. Yep.
But kind of to round out that the reason why I feel like it's so important to look back and connect the dots and count those wins is because the more I started to share the story online, the more I started to share in front of the camera, people started to connect more with what I was doing. People understand more what I could help them with. And then came the Instagram audits that Baron does. Then came how to get your, go to networking events and present yourself, because I failed at the first one he brought me to. There's a lot of like trial and error and trial by fire situations when it comes down to personal branding. Because when you're dealing with a company and you're hiding behind the logo, that's a whole other ballgame, right, Baron? It's like you're dealing with like the company vision, you're dealing with all this kind of stuff that you have to do for the company to have its own brand.
Right.
But when it's a personal, it's you. I feel like it's a little harder, don't you think?
Yeah. So and thank y'all both for sharing your experiences. And this is what I was going to say. Not that it's it's the question is different for me. One, because to your point, B, I'm early on in my journey, right? That's one. Two, I think the biggest difference between y'all two and myself is y'all are service-based individuals. Y'all both provide and offer a service, whereas I create art. And I think the way that we've been conditioned to
let him go. Let him go.
Let me go.
Go, baby, and then you can raise your hand.
I think the way that we've been conditioned to interact with art and artists as opposed to services and businesses is a lot different. I feel like because everyone can, it's tough to say. I'll be honest with you. I'm really just spitballing here. This for anybody who's watching, these questions were not given to me ahead of time, so I'm really processing my thoughts in the moment. Because I'll be honest with you, my DMs have changed, but not changed in the way that probably y'all's have changed. Mine have changed because of visibility. I'm putting more out there for people to respond to, for people to have opinions on. Am I receiving DMs to do more things? Yes. Is there an influx and a huge increase compared to what y'all have probably done? Probably not. Definitely not. But because of the visibility, because of the content, there is an increase and an uptick in, I don't know if I could say invites to things, but I think what's changing is people, again, it's just the visibility. I think for the most part, the followers that I have now knew who I was, knew what I did. They just didn't see me a lot. They just didn't hear me a lot. And now that's starting to change. So while as an artist, yes, I provide a service, it's also at its core, it's art. It's subjective. You, Angel, are a photographer. You always gave points behind photography, videography, creating content, things of that nature. B, you went from producer to marketing to real estate marketing to all the other arms in your fucking business that you do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all provide businesses for people that are also ready. Like it is a hot ticket right now. I think what I do still, again, at its infancy stage, there's no envy in me. There's no desire to want to do the numbers that y'all are doing because, again, I can't compare chapter 1 to your book 2. B, you're on book 2, book 3, book 4. I'm on. No matter how long I've been doing this, I'm still on in this new journey, chapter 1. Same thing with you, Angel. You might be on book 2. It's hard to compare. But for the sake of answering your question, I'm seeing a difference in frequency and responses. Are there out of the blue responses from people that don't follow me and that didn't know what I already did? Here and there. It's not like every single day like I'm getting like a list. No, I'm not gonna oversell it. I'm I don't do stuff for the gram. I'm not gonna lie about numbers. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm seeing a change. I'm seeing a shift. And for me, I always say celebrate every little victory, every win, and I've been seeing wins. Every inch gets you closer to the bigger goal, and even that is such a tough thing to say because I feel like almost a goal can potentially, depending on where you're at, can potentially move and shift. But I also do think there needs to be a line of where you're satisfied with, because if not, you're going to be chasing something that is never going to make you happy for the rest of your life.
I love it. B, go ahead. You have the floor.
I got the floor.
I'm excited.
All right.
Let's go.
Marcel, I gotta call you Marcel. This is my guy. Look, I know you do music. What you don't understand is the music that you provide is therapy for people, right? So for the people who don't actually hear the music, there is still a message that you provide that I think you should provide more on your social.
I agree.
Right?
I
Think
agree.
about you're seeing an uptick in, let's say, now I'm getting more DMs and stuff. You're just seeing the engaged people who've been waiting to see you.
Facts.
And now they see you, right?
Facts.
So now to the people who are new, who don't know you or didn't know you did music, you still have to create some evergreen content for them because they're new to the journey.
They're new to they're new to the brand that we've all known for the last 4 or 5 years. That has,
you could be using your music platform to still do small talks with Marcel, bro. For those who don't know.
I know.
You have a skill set to connect with people that you are really selling yourself short of just Ledoux the artist.
That's imposter syndrome, baby. That's imposter syndrome, and I suffer from it. I think we all know that.
Hold on. We gotta slow. B. If you gotta slow this down for a second.
What?
No, you don't gotta slow anything down. We're just good at this, baby. We're just good.
We're so good.
This is a regular Monday morning quarterbacking conversation with me and I. This is Monday morning.
Yo, I want to slow it down just because I want to read you the comments that are coming through on IG Live, and then some that are coming in from LinkedIn.
Hey, hold on. Give me a second. My titties are sweating. I'm gonna put on the fan. Hold on. Give me a second, yo. My boobs are sweating. For all my fellas out there with big titties, y'all know what I'm talking about, yo. My shits are sweating. Yeah, see, hey, we big titty motherfuckers, yo. My shits are sweating.
I think
yo. Hold
somebody
on.
that wants to sponsor us to reduce this shit, see we can do it. But look, man, people are saying, like Robin came on and she said, yo, so much love. We got Synth Reality saying, create the content for value of the community, not the game of the league. We have fire emojis, preach. Over on LinkedIn.
That's Emily. Shout out to Emily from the Carousel Club, Breakwater.
Emily's there? Hey, what's up, Emily?
Yeah.
We got Edwin Lucas from LinkedIn telling us, I feel like it's based on the message too, right? So everything you're saying, B, is so spot on because of the fact that, yes, his artistry allows him to convey that message that he's trying to like pinpoint. Okay, maybe you're dealing with emotions, maybe you're dealing with a breakup, maybe you're dealing with whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But it's also the way that he can communicate in just carrying a conversation that he may be able to unlock another part of his character. And I don't say character in the sense of like it's a made up character. It's just he has values and beliefs that maybe don't all come out through the music, that can come out through the conversation. Is that what you're pointing at?
Ledoux listens. You understand what I'm saying?
I was raised by women, so I had to learn.
Ledoux listens is a whole nother platform that he has not tapped into yet, right?
Yeah.
Imagine these conversations. Marcel is an advocate for mental health, especially vulnerability within men, because we don't share, we don't talk about if we cry, none of that, right? My wife just the other day, she's like, "Yo, I could tell something's wrong with you. What is it?" I'm like, "Business." I'm like, "Business stuff. Don't worry about it." Right? And she's like, "No, talk to me. What's going on? Like, is you stressed? Is it money? Is it, you know?" And as guys, it's like, "Nah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out." And that's I'm supposed to have a partner that I can lean on or talk to when I have these issues. And even still today, that's something I have to work on because as the provider of the household, I don't want to bother her with that, if that makes sense. Even though
A
she's
lot,
like, "No,
a lot of men go through that. A lot of men go through that. Like dads, also in particular, like when you're raising kids and you have a wife and you're providing, a lot. Like, who do I vent to? Who do I talk to? And sometimes when I talk to you, B, it's like I don't want to sit here and tell you all my problems. I want to talk about ideas. I want to talk
yeah,
about like different projects that we can do. And if I had someone like Ledoux where he's just like, hey man, just pull up a glass of whiskey and let's talk about it.
the dude listens." That's the other brand, right?
Look at
Because this is the thing.
the pressure on. Look at his face.
It's dope that people like Ledoux can can use music as the vehicle to get their message out, right? He has a unique ability that he can do both, and he doesn't do both. Some people can only express themselves through the music. So then the audience is waiting for it, right? He has the ability that he can just turn his camera on and captivate and engage people, and he don't do it. So that's the part of when he tells me
and
we're in the service based industry, he is too. He's a
and and
listener.
and
Go ahead.
and I'll tell you where that comes from, and speaking of vulnerability and being honest here, like for as much confidence as I have in myself, right, and my abilities and the things that I do, and B, first and foremost, I appreciate you highlighting that because it again, for anyone watching or listening, you have to know B has been telling me this stuff for years, and there's just something within me, and I'm actively going to therapy and figuring this shit out, right? There's just something that in me that just doesn't like that just is like, why me? Why me? I don't feel anointed. I don't feel special. I don't feel crowned. I don't feel it's just why me. But that also the reason why me is why I might be the quote unquote in B's eyes the perfect person to do it. And so for me, I have to get over that part of the imposter syndrome. And again, and I think y'all too can attest to this. My journey is my journey, and I think I'm slowly but surely getting over some of the parts. Because if you look up and research imposter syndrome could look like multiple things. It could be layered. It could be different things. And I think what we've seen for those that have not, seen my journey from the last few months, I feel like I've slowly but surely been getting over some of those things that have kind of been holding me back. And it's been nobody but myself, my traumas, um, my past experiences, forgiving myself for things like it's been it's been a journey, and that stuff is not easy. The same way that you talk about be like, yo, deep down inside, you have a partner that you could trust with everything in your life. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be married to her, right? But
Facts.
there's something within you that's just like, I don't want to burden her
Facts.
with that. But to her, it's not a burden. She looks at you, that is my husband, that's my life partner. If I can alleviate some of what he's feeling that way, even if I can't give him shit, if
Right.
if all she's giving you is the safe space to just vent
Right.
and say, baby, I'm sorry you're going through that. I love you. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. If that's all she's providing, that shit is more than what you had before you vented.
Correct.
And So the same way that you're working through that, the self-confidence in myself, the imposter syndrome, I'm working through it as well. You know? And it's self-limiting. Are there days where I get frustrated myself? Absolutely, yo. I look myself in the mirror and be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, bro, just do it. You have so many people that say you are this and you can be this. Why can't you see what others see? Why can't you have the confidence in you and your abilities the way that others have confidence in you and your abilities? And it's just something I'm working through. But I also feel like I'm making, and I think the proof is in the content, that I'm making strides with that, you know? And I think it's just a matter of time. Like you said, you know, we have a conversation. Wally and I had a conversation, you know, back in 2020 when we did the small talks with Marcel. This is before Instagram lives are what it was now. We had this conversation most recently, Angel, you and I. Like back then when I was doing those talks during quarantine and I was interviewing people, you couldn't, like how green it was, you couldn't even save the lives back then. If you didn't catch the live, you missed it. You missed it. You didn't hear anything. And I was doing it then. And it's so funny. I felt like I was doing so well, and you always compliment me on how well I was doing back then. Somewhere in the process, I was just like, nobody gives a fuck about you. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Where that came from, somewhere in the process, I got it in my mind that nobody cares about what I'm doing and what I have to say and who I have on my show, you know? And again, that's up to me to figure out where does that come from? Where does that self-limiter come from? But I know music is the vessel, right? Like I myself, my spirit, my talent from God, I am a vessel for a bigger purpose, for a bigger message, right? Music, the talent that I was given, that I was born with, is the vessel. Everything else is just going to be icing on the cake, no pun intended. But that's what it is, right? Like music starts everything off. The same way that all these artists that we've come to know, that, you know, I know people are tight with him right now, but the Joe Buddens, you know what I'm saying? Joe Budden got in the game through music, and then
hold
became.
on. Don't we talk about Joe Budden just yet?
No, we're not. No. I'm just using it as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like he got in the game, and then now look how big his show is. Like Joe Rogan was a television host, and now he has the Spotify deal. Like the thing that made people the most popular is not the thing that they started with. And I feel that at some point that might be my path. But I also feel before I get there, I have some work to do in the thing that really drives me and the thing that I love the most, which is the music. It's so unfair. I'm gonna say unfair for you to share your thoughts and feelings because you've heard the music that people haven't heard. You know, everyone that is in the circle has coined it happy, sad music because the music is happy, but the lyrics are hella sad and they're reflective and they talk about depression in this very light way. And people will hear it eventually, but I still feel like I have work to do in that department. You know what I'm saying? Because music to me is the one thing, while it is subjective, it is the one thing that brings people together. It is the thing that moves people. How, like if you think about it, how do you move millions of people at the same time? It's music. It's music. And I feel before I could get to where you say I can get to, which I know I can get there, I feel like we have work to do on the music side. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just real quick.
Go for it.
What you just did is all I've been asking you to do. If you look at these comments right now,
yeah,
I can't. I can't see anything.
But that's the beauty of it.
We care. They said we care. So this is my point.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
This is my point of saying, like, what you just did is what I'm talking about, right? You sharing, oh, these is my struggles. This is why I can't do this. Imagine all the other people who feel exactly
how
the
same way.
Feel,
yeah.
But they can't say it. Maybe they can't talk and put it so eloquently like you put it, right? But just to let them know, yo, you're not alone. I go through this too.
Yeah.
I'm going through it. I'm going to therapy. Just that aspect is all I be talking about. If you're just sharing more, you're gonna. Robin said it right here. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? There's a tribe of other broken people that you could be the
That's a vibe.
messiah for. You feel me?
Hey Robin, that's bars. I think you need a mic drop, and I think you need to go to sleep.
But
I think you need to.
that's all I'll be saying when it comes to that.
Robin needs to go to sleep after that bar. I think you need
Yeah.
to go to sleep, Robin, please.
And I
Nah,
have a
nah,
different tribe.
and I appreciate that, and it's again, it's hard for me because, and I said it on your podcast, be like, yo, like people don't have hobbies anymore for the sake of having hobbies, and I think there's a deeper problem, right? I think things are so unaffordable just with the one salary that we have that people are forced to create multiple streams of income. Things that used to be hobbies are now becoming businesses, and I think if you look at mental health, I think that's also a bigger issue too. The fact that the things that used to bring us relief and relaxation from the world and the shit that used to piss us off, we're now turning into businesses. So not only are we dealing stress from a fucking company that doesn't give a shit about us and that is paying us a shit salary, on top of that, we're coming home and we're taking our hobby and creating a small business, and the stresses that come with a small business, nobody wants to fucking deal with. I just want to knit my fucking sweater on my fucking couch with no fucking stress. I don't want to have to fucking sell this shit to someone in fucking Anchorage, Alaska. No, I want to just fucking knit this shit because I knit this shit. But
you get 100 orders of the.
Yeah, like fuck, y'all. Let me just, like I said on your part, let me just bake my fucking cookies, bro. I just want to bake my fucking cookies because I like fucking cookies. But nah, they're like, yo, you should put them in a jar and sell them for $12. My cookies ain't $12. It's Pillsbury. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, so Bear is dealing with the ramifications of what you just said with a video that he made about his wife and how sometimes not everyone can be an entrepreneur. But before we get there,
because B, you and I talked about this the other day. But yes, okay. Before we get there,
flew past the half-hour mark where I shared some tips and tricks. But the idea today's live is going to be a little extra long. For those of you on IG, I may end it right on the top of the hour. But if you want to continue watching, we're going to blaze past this time to see how long Ledoux can stay on with us. We're gonna be
my foot fell asleep right now, dude. I'm slapping my foot. It is dead. I'm sitting on the floor because this is the only good background I have. We have books and shit. We have this is the only good background in my house, yo. My foot is asleep. My foot is asleep, y'all. My shit is dead.
Get comfy. Get some of your favorite refreshments, snacks, whatever you want. But before we kind of go through the IG live situation, I want to talk to people about how we were able to do this today. We use a platform called StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com. For those of you out there that want to use this technology to get your voice out there, this is really awesome. You can restream across all of the platforms, so no one can miss out on the content that you're creating. We're also utilizing Instagram Live Producer. The way that you get to the Instagram Live Producer is go to Instagram.com, and on the left side, it'll say create, and then you'll know if you're able to do a live or not. Okay? So those are the technology pieces. But let me connect the dots to why we have Ledoux here, why we're having this conversation. Because when it comes down to personal branding, you're dealing with imposter syndrome. You're dealing with, are you worthy? Why you? Right? And I felt like as you were sharing what you were sharing, the quote popped in my head. I've heard this quote before, where if not now, then when? If not me, then who? Right?
Yeah.
So many people use it to motivate and inspire people to take action. But today we're having a conversation of not only Ledoux, your journey around you valuing the work that you create, but also seeing the impact on the other side, right? Now getting people more engaged. Not that they weren't, but they actually are now responding back to you and telling you, hey, this is amazing that you're creating this, and almost like pushing you along this path. But we've reached this section where we're now talking about the fact that not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Let's break down that video. Like, you still to this day get slack about that video. What was it? What even came to your mind when you said it? And what's happening now with this video?
I have over 150 videos online. This is the first one that went viral. And I was on somebody else's podcast, and I was just talking about I was upset. I wasn't saying I was upset with my wife. I was just saying to my wife, if I'm an entrepreneur and people pay me every day for this advice, and you live under my roof and don't take it, right? And she just very honest was like, I don't want those pressures that I see you deal with, right? How you going how you going to make payroll, how you going to pay these people, how you going to find new customers. I don't want that pressure. I'm a good leader. I could work for an entrepreneur because I understand leadership and I understand management. And without that role, the entrepreneur can't grow anyway. And that's where she says she thrives. And I was just like, I never looked at it like that. I'm like, oh, okay, this is why perspective is so important, because she gave me a different outlook, because I had in my mind, everybody could be an entrepreneur. Everybody got the same 24 hours in a day. You're lazy. You did. Like, I was just going that route. And she really gave me perspective. Like, okay, so if we all entrepreneurs, who's the customers?
And but not only that, and if I could interject, because I got a stake in this, because B, you and I were talking about this the other day, because in our conversation the other day you referenced this exact video, and I was telling you I left a comment on that video. I can't tell you verbatim what that comment said, but I think the comment said something along the lines of like, yo, your wife is right. Like, everyone loves the idea of being a boss, right? Because, and I think this is where this time vortex that 2020 threw us in, it did something to everybody. It did something to the world, right? This is where everyone's like, yo, boss up, and I don't disagree with the idea of owning something, doing something for yourself. The way to buy real time in this world is doing something for yourself, right? But I also think there's value in understanding, like, yo, and admitting and taking your ego out of it and saying, I'm not cut out for this shit.
Yeah.
And I think we live in a time where visibility is everything. So what do? We don't even exchange phone numbers anymore. We don't even exchange business cards anymore. What do? We exchange Instagram profiles. So what's the best thing that looks good in an Instagram profile? It's your titles, it's your accomplishments, it's all that shit. So the more titles you have, I'm a CEO of this, I'm a CEO of that, co-owner of this. But like, okay, but a co-owner of what? What has it? And again, I don't mean to shit on anybody, but a co-owner of, like, what is your business? Like, since you want to be the title, what has your business done?
Yeah.
Where are the numbers, right? A business person is going to ask you, what have you done? You're a co-owner of this? Okay, cool. What does your business provide? Show me the numbers. Show me the production. Yada, yada, yada. And if you can sit there and be like, I'm just getting started out, then what's the point? You're playing yourself. You're just trying to play a game that might not be for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling B, I was like, yo, like, I think people need to find power and strength in the same way that I encourage people to find strength and vulnerability. I think people need to find strength in being, I'm not cut out for this. And that's okay. The same way that we get knocked as artists for having regular jobs. No, why? Why? The reason I have a regular job and I'm able to pay my bills with my regular job is the reason why I don't charge anybody for features or things like that. But like, no, I'm doing it for the sole purpose of, because I love this shit. My bills are paid, barely, but my bills are like, yo, like, yeah. Why are we knocking some of the things, the basic things that have gotten us this way? And why are we so afraid to say, I'm not cut out for this, yo? Because not only who are the consumers, B, if you and Angel are CEOs of your separate companies, who's a COO? Who's the treasurer? Who's doing this? Who's doing this role? Who's doing, like, yo, everyone needs a LeBron couldn't win it in Cleveland with Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Drew Gooden and fucking Boobie Gibson. No, motherfucker had to come to Miami. with some other key players, and they had to play their role too. And then he was able to go to Cleveland and say, yo, this is how it's done. Nah, you got to play your role, yo. If you're coming off the bench as the sixth man, I hate to put sports into it if you're not in the sports, but it's the best in that. Like, if you're coming off the bench as the sixth man, be the best fucking sixth man there is off the bench.
Robert Horry.
Look at, bro, even Robert, exactly, bro. Big Bob Horry has what, 5 rings just off of hitting big shots? Come on. Even us in Miami, if you're a Miami sports fan, Tyler Hero just had one of the great sixth man of the year years just this last season. Or no, 2 seasons ago. No, it might have been this last season. I can't remember. But like, it's like, yo, just play your role. Understand your strengths. Understand what you're good at. And you might not have the CEO title, but that does not make you less valuable because of your title.
Yeah.
The title ain't shit. It just looks good. It sounds good in spaces. But if you say, yo, I am so and so and so, this is what I did, this is my accomplishments, X, Y, and Z, that looks a whole lot better than co-owner of this. And like, oh, what did you do? But like, nah, just know your role, yo.
It's funny because I talked to a guy the other day, and he says he asked me to do an Instagram audit, and I said, I see you have entrepreneur as your category on Instagram. What do you do? He said, I drive for Uber. And I said, okay. He was like,
I'm not laughing because it's a bad thing.
No, but he made
it low key kind of is.
Look.
Low key kind of is.
So when he said it, I paused for a second, but then he started telling me why he an entrepreneur. He was like, I make my own schedule. I don't work for nobody. I'm 1099. And I was, so I was just like, all right, we gotta change the term.
Is that not almost the baseline? Is that not almost the foundation of what an entrepreneur is?
It comes down to not just the word about being an entrepreneur. It comes down to what are the skill sets that an entrepreneur has. So yeah, I laugh because so many people would have heard, oh, I'm an Uber driver and I'm an entrepreneur, and be like, yo, come on, right? So to your point, Marcel, the rooms that these titles matter are the rooms that you don't need to be in.
Facts.
Okay? What you need to understand is that the people...
I understand that. It's not me that you need to tell that to. I get it. I get it.
I feel like a lot of people think that those are the people that you need to be around whenever you're starting a business. Oh, I'm the CEO of this, and that's how you should be presenting yourself. But what you don't realize is that the soft skills, the relationship building, the rapport building, getting the number instead of the Instagram, or maybe following up through the Instagram DM to be able to establish a stronger relationship, are the skill sets that get you into the right rooms of the people that are not going to tell you they're the COOs, but they're the COOs of big companies. They don't share that. What they share is what they're passionate about, or what sparks their interest, ideas. That's the conversation. And I feel like Edwin on Instagram said it best in the comment here. He said, entrepreneurship is not made for everyone, nor does it define success, but it does test your drive.
100%. Nah, Edwin's absolutely right about that. And for me, I could personally speak to that because being an artist, in a sense, is a form of entrepreneurship, right? It is probably. I don't want to sit here and go as far as saying like I could never look someone in the eye and be like, I'm an entrepreneur, right? Like I find comfort, and when I say comfort, not like a comfort of settling, but I find comfort in saying like, yo, I'm just an artist, you know. But you know, if anybody knows what it takes to be an artist, it is a sense of entrepreneurship. But just like any entrepreneur, you ain't shit without your team. These two right here. Let me be the first to say these two.
Before you finish the statement, real quick, you're not an entrepreneur, but you have a team of people, you provide a service, you're able to be paid for that service. Wait a minute.
Am I a stripper?
Of course, he's an entrepreneur.
Right? That's the thing. It's like I
Just
feel
as
like
much as the Uber guy is, you're an entrepreneur.
Is this where I drop my OnlyFans link? Is this how it
but
starts, guys?
look, not to knock the fact that maybe you're not presenting yourself in this way, or maybe you haven't connected the dots to see this, right?
No. It's
But-
no. I've connected. So before you get there, I apologize. I keep cutting you off because I feel like you be low key trying me like I don't be knowing. I know what the fuck I am. No,
Look.
like yo, no.
I want to have an engaged conversation, and you're doing an amazing job. So go ahead. You have the floor.
No, I again, I know this is a being an artist is an entrepreneur, right? I think the reason why, I don't know if I can say it's the reason why I have a regular job. I have a 40-hour-a-week job, you know what I'm saying, which allows me and awards me the opportunity to kind of do the things that I do and maybe kind of even move a little safely in my artistry, right? Let's be honest. I have no problem saying that.
More comfortable because you have.
Yeah, it allows me to move comfortably, right? But at the same time, I think for me, and I don't know if this makes me ignorant, I don't think it does. Because for me, the reason why I got into this, I'm not new to this shit. I'm not new to making music. I am 38 years old. God, I'm old. I'm 38. I recorded my first song, and B, you probably can relate to that. I recorded my first song at 15. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Back then at 15, you're green behind the ears. You do it because you like to do it. You do it because that's the only skill that you have and that you know. And I'll be honest with you, some of what drove me then or inspired me then is still within me. So while I understand it was a business then, it is a business now. While I understand that as an artist, as an independent artist, you're an entrepreneur, then you're an entrepreneur now. For me, it's still not about that. It's about the love of it. It's about the love of creating and going back to some of our earlier stuff, like providing a service, right? The service could be healing. It could be bringing people together. Like that is, I guess, if you wanted to break it down, that is a service. So for me, that is the value in it. That is how I get paid. When someone comes up to me, I'll share a very, very personal story. The last event, not the last event that I did, but the So Far Miami event that I did. And what I love about those events are they're very intimate. They're typically acoustic events. They allow the artists to share their stories about where their songs come from. And after you perform, you get an opportunity to interact with the attendees and stuff like that. And I had a woman, I'd say middle-aged woman. I feel like, without insulting her, I feel like I'd be fair to say 50-ish. And she grabbed me and pulled me close and told me how much my set meant to her, how much my stories and the stories behind my music meant to her, because she was struggling with breast cancer. And when she was going through that, the mental struggles that she was experiencing, and how me sharing my story and sharing my music brought her back to that and made her feel happy, made her feel safe. That right there, there ain't no amount of money in this world that could bring more value to what I do than that right there, yo. Those compliments, I can't buy a house with it. I can't buy a car with it. I can't send my kids to college with it. But that right there is why, at my core, I do what I do, yo. So it is hard.
But hold on, B. You don't have to raise your hand.
It is. I'll be honest with you. It is hard for me to consider the artistry side of what I do as entrepreneurship. While I know at the base, at the foundation, it is entrepreneurship. It's hard for me to title it that, because to me it feels so much more than entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Like there's and it sucks because I know there's CEOs, entrepreneurs out there that do it for a good reason, And then just like everything in this world, there's others that do it just for capital gain, you know? And that's the same thing in the music industry anyways. I'm babbling at this point. I apologize.
Do you think?
I can speak.
Go ahead, sir.
Is it
All
mine,
right.
sir?
That story that you just told, right? Is it not selfish of you to not impact more people like that?
Oh yeah. So if I could understand, am I being selfish by not impacting more people like that?
Yeah, more eyeballs. You could.
Oh yeah.
I've always believed impact over income. That's my thing. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And
The
am
more
I being
eyeballs you get on you, you're gonna get that story a million times.
Yeah, it is a form of selfishness. It's also it could be categorized as a few things. It could be categorized as irresponsible. It could be categorized as abusing my gift or not using my gift for what it's intended for. There's a few things. I won't disagree with you at all. It is selfish, 100%, yo, 100%.
But I think that that's where the learning process takes you through, right? Because like we all go through this stuff. We have our own learns that we have in private, and like you said, Ledoux, like when we share on IG or when we share on most of these platforms, we're sharing our milestones and our like our highlight reel and like our successes. And sometimes the learns that we have happen in our lowest moments. They happen in our most vulnerable moments, right? Because they're mistakes. They're mistakes we make either on a deal. They're mistakes we make either on a song that you were supposed to drop and didn't drop. You know, whatever. There's all these mistakes that happen,
That sounded
and
very personal.
nobody knows. Nobody knows but you. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Nobody knows but you. But when they do know,
I'm about
then
to
they're
report you to the Better Business Bureau, sir. That sounded very
good.
personal, sir.
Good. But I feel like when we walk alongside with each other, uh, don't we build like stronger connections the more we know about the failures as much as we know about the successes? Like, isn't there a stronger bond that gets built?
Absolutely. And I think again, going back to to what I was saying about B with his wife, it's all about having a safe space. You know, it's all about feeling safe with sharing my insecurities, with sharing my shortcomings, with sharing my failures, and I think it's a two-way street, right? It's about the congregation creating the safe space, and then it's about the individual that's sharing. It's about them being comfortable with their shortcomings and their insecurities. You know, it's a two-way street. But like any relationship, it requires work. It requires learning one another. It requires, sure. Which reminds me, we have to go to Top Golf. We're going to Top Golf as a team. Where we're in October. We're going to Top Golf soon. This just reminds me about team building. Okay, my bad. I have to ask. I'm gonna cash in some stocks to do that. Okay. Yeah. So no, it's a two-way street. It's a relationship, dude. So I 100% agree with you because, and I think while B and I have known each other, B, you and I have known each other for, I feel comfortable saying 5-6 years, 5-6 years.
2015.
Yeah. So damn, 8 years. Shit, 8 years.
Yeah.
Angel, you and I have been knowing about each other for maybe half of that. But I think that's fair to say. Despite you and I knowing about each other, we've not built the relationship that you and I have. Like it took us all this time. Like the relationship that you and I have had built within the last few months, it didn't happen without conversations like this. You know what I'm saying? Like conversations of sharing with you, like every time you said like, yo, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. And I'd hit you and be like, hey, I can be honest with you, this shit scares me. This shit, like I'm insecure with this and stuff like that. And there's a comfort within myself of sharing my insecurity, knowing that on the other end, you may look at me and be like, stop being like that, yada yada. And I have to take that. I found comfort in my insecurity. But I think we've also, between you and I, and also as a group, we've created that safe space. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have I feel like these are in old movies when you have someone jumping out of a building, you have a team of people that come with the I don't know if you know the proper term of it. They come in. I'm gonna call it a trampoline. They have it under the window, yeah, and they boom and they,
Cartoon.
like it's just a landing pad. And I think we've all as a group collectively have created that, but not only for myself, for B. B has that in you and the group. You have that with B, myself, and the group. Like we've all have created that, and that took time. That took vulnerability. It took empowerment. It took a lot, and those are those things that you can't rush. Like the emotional bond, the emotional part of creating a team and creating a business, right? You can't rush that shit because we're
It
humans. We're imperfect. It takes time. It takes.
has to come within your own time because honestly, like when me and Baron met, there was a lot of stuff that he dropped game on, and I was just like, all right, cool, bro. Like I've done that. Like I'm not gonna go down that road again. But hearing it from him over and over in this like he has such a unique way of asking you a question, even though he's like low key, like I mean, I know he's not internalizing, like checking you, but he's
Right.
asking you like almost like if he's inquiring about this. And if you want to learn more about,
He's generally curious, yo.
he is generally curious. And if you want to learn more about him, Marcel, I'm switching between Marcel and Ledoux for specific reasons. But if you want to learn,
Whatever.
if you want to learn more about V, there's an episode that I'm going to be dropping on my personal podcast called Journey Unleashed. And Journey Unleashed is not about your milestones and successes. Journey Unleashed is about the things that you experienced in your life that built your character, that made you who you are today. So we went through a lovely journey through Baron's upbringing, and there were so many things that we still left out. I feel like we're going to need a part two.
Yeah.
But I say that because in the conversation I had with Baron, I feel like it's going to be hard for someone to top it. And if anybody's watching, don't be afraid. Like, come on the show if you want to be on there. We're going to do a vetting process. We're going to talk you through it. Because everyone's not ready to share their story. You got to be able to connect the dots back. And you have to do this self-reflection on a constant basis to being able to say, okay, like, what happened here? Was this an opportunity for me or is this a pattern of behavior? Am I always late to meetings? What can I do to change that? And then you have this dialogue with yourself to try to get better, better at the things that you do. And I feel like along the way, the more that you focus on those things that you're building, those skills that you're adding onto your plate, you're going to look back one day and you're already going to be an entrepreneur. You're already going to have your team. You're already going to have success with money, but you weren't focused on any of it. All of it came because you were focusing on yourself. That's really what ended up happening. B, I mean, in your story alone, in the time that I met you where you had 5 to 6 different businesses to now where you're focused on 2 to 3 main businesses. And like
2, that's it.
2 businesses, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that focus has brought a lot of success to you.
I just was under this thing that it's like, yo, man, I never wanted to be a person that didn't try something that I said I was going to do. So when we talk about that journey unleashed, one thing that we discovered in my path, if no matter what age, what year, I was always a person of my word, whether it was moving in with my wife in Florida, whether it was, going to college or whatever the case may be. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to at least try. Now, if I try it and then decide, yo, this not for me, that's fine. But I at least stuck to my word.
At least you tried, yo.
At least I tried, right? So my thing was always like, nobody can ever say, Baron, he always talking. No, I'm a doer though.
So let me. Can I ask you a question? Because it's funny that you bring that up. This is really like a therapy session. I hope people that are watching this hit the Cash App because y'all are getting free therapy.
Real quick, while you think your story, real quick. Edwin is like, thank you so much,
Oh
Edwin.
no! I want to say because
You see the comment?
I was just about to say because I know I think he's commenting on the YouTube, but I'm reading on StreamYard. I was just gonna say I wanted to thank him. I don't know if he was talking to me or to B but just
I'm talking to
just
you.
his message. Thank you. Yeah. No, I really I've been watching what he's been saying and I thank him. I want to thank him for his message. He's been very consistent tonight, in terms of his engagement, and I really, first and foremost, thank you. I really do appreciate that. His message is right, yo. It's and sometimes it's about me. It's so funny for someone who's I'm so easily able to put myself out on stage. Sometimes I need to hear these more personal messages, Edwin, thank you for even watching, but thank you also for the message. It's it's helping me. It might not immediately help me, but it's helping, yo. It's helping.
Hey, this is what I propose. Ledoux listens on what day of the week?
We gotta check with his schedule.
And I'm over here trying to create a podcast called Cake and Cognac. Yeah.
Listen, we'll get to that. Collab supports it. We'll make it happen. But I feel like Ledoux listens should be a thing every week.
All right,
I think he needs
I just want to be the guy that lets the callers in. Hey, caller, you're on with Ledoux Listens. Give us what you need help with. And then the person just come on. My man ain't been consoling me at night. What advice can you give to me to spice things up and get him more engaged? When he come home,
you don't want that kind of show from me because I'm be like, ma'am, I want you to know all of us men ain't shit. You just got to figure out the best. You just got to figure out the best ain't shit motherfucker that's out here, yo. You don't want
Ledoux Listens got to be a thing, man. We got to have a call in. We got to have a 1-800 number.
Hey, B, you better start looking at digital.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. God damn it! I dislike y'all. I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say.
Yo, shout out to E. Luke, man. For those that don't know, Ed Lucas that's my childhood best friend. We've been friends.
Is he down here? Is he down?
He's in Delaware still.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say so. We're gonna see him tomorrow, but we're not gonna. See him
that's my best friend in the world. We've been friends for 38 years. Our moms was pregnant at the same time. Is how close.
Wow.
I was born in June. He was born in July. So they literally his mom went to the delivery room to see me born, and then my mom, after having me, went to go see it. It's weird. Wow. So sometimes you don't pick your best friends, but
y'all are bonded, bro, by selection, dude. By selection, bro.
Bro, you just reminded me. We already ended the IG live, so no one's watching us on IG right now unless they came over to our YouTube side.
So if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the Patreon, and it's like
nah. I'm gonna say my toe pics will be up soon. OnlyFans, yo. Make sure you hit that and subscribe. It's gonna be toes and some cake. Like it's gonna be a whole thing, y'all.
We ain't doing none of that. But yeah,
bro. Y'all sound just like my wife. Y'all are haters, bro. I can make all of us rich with toes and cake,
let's
bro.
Do it.
Y'all are haters, bro. Hey, the wife already gave me the green light, so I'm just. She already gave me the green light. I'm just shy, bro.
Speaking about the green light, Ledoux will be playing, and so far, Fort Lauderdale Westin Hotel. Was it Westin?
Yeah, Westin Hotel. It's not my show. I'm gonna be a featured artist. If y'all were tuning in earlier, you got a chance to see King Tetris. King Tetris so graciously allowed me to be a part of his album. I'm a featured artist on one song. I added vocals to another song. It debuted as the #2 hip hop album yesterday on the iTunes charts, right behind Drake. If it wasn't for that Canadian, we'd probably been #1. But I never want to make anything about me, but I had some thoughts today. I was like, wow, my vocals are on an album that debuted at #2 on iTunes hip hop charts. That's something like, and you know me, y'all know that the whole cake thing. Why I do it? Like if I were to die tomorrow, hope I don't because I have a show to make. That's pretty big, yo. It's a big thing, dude. And there's something that I don't take lightly. It's something I don't take for granted. It's something I'm truly grateful for because Tetris was one of those individuals that was just like, you know, along with y'all and a handful of others, Tetris is one of those individuals that has, little by little, assisted me with getting over my imposter syndrome, dude. So I'm just, man, I'm just thankful, yo. And
All right,
and
that's
yeah,
what I'm gonna do because I subscribe to the School of Bear McQueen PR and branding, and in order to get people to go anywhere, we got to do things right. So if y'all watching this on the replay and y'all want to go to the show that Ladou's gonna be playing at King Tetris, you saw him earlier on the playback. There you go with your little thumbs up. You're gonna want to go to bit.ly/King Tetris, all lowercase. You will get directly to the link of the So Far Sounds tickets to go watch King Tetris himself and Ladou and a lot of other artists perform and give you an experience.
yeah, it's gonna be a good night, man. It's gonna be a really, really good night. It's gonna be a lot of love, a lot of celebration.
See if it works. Bit.ly King Tetris, all lowercase. Let's go. How do we do this again? Bit.ly/King Tetris. Tetris, Tetrus. Let's add this joint and let's show it right there. Bang!
Look at technology. It's right there on the screen. Holy hell!
The
Wow.
Make it
I
pop
can't
up.
I can't click. Oh,
Let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. Let's
oh,
do
look
it
at
big.
y'all with the fancy technology. Okay,
Let's change the
okay.
colors.
I
Let's
see
do all
y'all.
this
I
fancy right
see
here.
y'all. Who's sponsoring y'all? Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We gotta get this
Goddamn.
done.
Yo, I don't even deserve to be on this. Y'all got money. Hold on. Y'all got money on this show. Hold on. Goddamn.
So if y'all want to go check this out, go to the link. I'll make it real easy for you. Ladou, feel free to share that link on your IG. Let's pack the house, man.
I don't even know what I'm just talking. I don't even know what I'm doing. You sent me a link, I clicked on it and I just ended up on camera. So you're asking the wrong person. I just follow directions. Now you're asking you're asking too much
I know
for me,
Barry's
bro.
on his way. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, bro. No, what you don't understand is he has a command center in front of him. I literally have my phone. You want to see what it's being held by? By a cashmere plum candle. Like this is all I'm doing. I'm sitting on the floor, guys. Like he has the cashmere plum from Target. If y'all are in the market for candles, it is one of the best smelling candles I've ever had in my life, and it fills up the house, yo. I promise you. But I know. B to the dot. He got a command center like Morgan Freeman in the Batman the Batman Begins trilogy. Yo, I know he got the TV screens like this. He's ready. Yo, oh, B's my Morgan Freeman. Oh yes, you are my Morgan Freeman, dog. You are my Morgan Freeman, yo.
Say no more. Say no more.
So as we're heading into the last couple of minutes, we've gone 90 minutes on this live. I really appreciate everybody who's shown up and the people that are going to watch it on the rewatch. So if you're watching it on the rewatch, check out the link. If the show's already over, no worries. Go check out kingtetris.com. You'll find all his upcoming shows. Check out
where did the link show up?
Well, the link's not going to show up on here. I have to put it on the screen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put it right on the screen like that. And then people could just, type it into their favorite browser. Bit.ly.
Hey, this is all a learning experience. I like this. This is kind of cool. I could get down with this shit. All right.
Ladou listen. We're gonna make it happen. Ladou, what's your website?
I look like one of these old people. Like I can't see. LeDouSings.com. LED as in David. OUX Sings, SINGS, LaDuSings.com. You can follow me on
Like
I
that?
think all my
Yo, he's a junkie, yo.
well, goddamn, look at that. Yeah, and then all my socials, my IG, my Twitter, my TikTok, what's it
Everything's
called?
there, right?
Everything's Ledoux Sings. All my handles are Ledoux Sings, just like that. Yeah. So the website will have all my handles on it, but if you're just an IG person or a TikTok person, Ledoux Sings is the way to find me. Yep.
And he'll
Yep.
start a new Instagram called Ledoux Listens, where he'll take your calls live, and then you can go and we'll get the 800 number.
Bro, what was that show on? This is when MTV used to have original programming. What was that show on MTV that was like after hours and it had like a live audience and it was like that, but it was like adult content stuff. Damn. I'm gonna think about that. It kind of reminds me of that, yo.
If you guys are watching to the end, just know that Baron and I are digital real estate masters. So as we come up with ideas, the first thing I did was type in LaDuListens.com into GoDaddy to check it out.
It's so funny. I did the same thing. I have like 20 websites that I don't know if I'm ever gonna use, but you best believe I own them. Absolutely, yo. You best believe I own them.
Oh, so
Restaurant? No, that one I don't own. But like restaurant
you better
ideas
go to
that
your
I have.
browser right now. You better go to your phone right now and buy that domain.
Well, Ledoux Listens.
Before one of y'all motherfuckers come and get that shit.
Yeah, I'm petty. I'm petty. I sell stuff back to people after I give them the idea.
God damn it. I will buy it from you with a 10-piece and a blizzard. Fuck that, yeah.
If you took around to the end, here's some game for you. If you want to focus on your PR and branding, go through some of the names. You could even use ChatGPT to help you come up with some new creative ideas, new names. I've done it. Baron has done it. It helps out. But once you get the name, start to do your digital real estate search. What that means is go to GoDaddy.com, go to Instagram, go where else, B? Where should they go?
They should go to all the social platforms because you want to make sure that you're showing up the same everywhere. So your Twitter, your Threads, your YouTube, your Instagram, all of that should be the same.
You know what's so crazy? If I could share a personal story, we didn't talk about this earlier, but you know what made me change everything was America's Got Talent. The process, yeah. So with America's Got Talent, one of the portions of the audition is when you make it as I'm gonna talk my shit. When you make it as far as I made it, right? Like you really get to meet like the social media team. Like you record stuff for the national market, you record stuff for the local market, and then you sit down and they ask you literally what are all your handles for your socials, your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok. I think that was it. And when I sat there and gave them all mine, all of them were different. And I went through. It wasn't so much.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
There's been a ton more embarrassing things. Trust me. That me having 3 different social names is not one of them. Trust me, I could deal with that. No, but it was almost like a realization moment. Like, okay, I need to find something that, to your point, is consistent across all platforms for people to easily find me with. And I did the audition, and weeks later, I'm like, okay, I kept in my mind, I'm like, I didn't like it. Like, out of everything that happened on my experience in California, what bothered me the most was my lack of consistency in social. So I really sat there, and I came up with Ledoux Sings. To some, it might be like a no duh, but for me, it was just like okay, not even a no duh. What was easy to say / find, one, but then what was also available across all platforms. And that was the one thing that. So once I changed it, I reached out to their social media team just in case my audition aired, and I said, "Hey, I changed all my socials. Is that a problem?" They said, "No, it's not a problem. What's the new handle?" So that like to be honest with you, the reason that like my handle changed back in like May was because of America's Got Talent and for consistency purposes. So I say all that. I tell that story to say all that to say like, yo, you're absolutely right. Like, yo, just make sure all your shit across the board is just consistent, yo. It's all the same. It makes people easier to find you, and it makes it easier for you to share with people.
Love it. B, this has been a fun time. I know you got to eat. We got to, unless you ate already.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh nah, bro. I'm working out now. I don't eat after 8.
Oh, time for the workout.
You ain't see me massaging myself this whole episode. I'm sore as hell.
Them muscles is popping out. They coming out. He's
We
like,
got game.
he's like my muscles.
I ate at 6:30, bro. I don't.
Let's end it on this. Just do better tomorrow than you did today. And E. Lucas, thank you so much. Salute. Yeah. He says, love y'all.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Look at him throwing up comments in this guy.
All right, y'all got too much. All right, y'all are doing too much now. Y'all got the comments. Y'all signed into shit. Y'all got comments floating up in the video screen and shit. All in the videos and shit.
Yo, gentlemen, have a good night. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
I'll see y'all both tomorrow night. Both of y'all.
Yeah,
B,
sure.
you be there?
I'll be there.
I know you're there. B, you there?
We're gonna try to kidnap B. We're gonna try to kidnap B. We'll see.
If we can get somebody to take over this WeTV thing I gotta do, then I'll be there.
I'm just gonna have one of those bucket drinks out there. You're out there already, dog. I know you're out there already.
That's all it takes, baby. All right, see y'all.